A very good morning to all of you. So, today we have come here, today we have joined here to welcome Shafi and share his success story to all of us. I congratulate Shafi and all the students who have done a marvelous job in their exams and they have excelled by getting a great score. Right. So, over to the Shafi.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Shafi, how do you want to share your story to the students?
I would say this was my second attempt actually. So my first attempt was during August this year, and I scored 131 in at that time. And everybody was like, "Okay, this exam was very tough. August exam was very tough." I was like, "Okay, it was not only me; it's everybody else. It's not only me who went
Yeah,
down."
that's
So
true. That's
that
true.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, no problem. We can get back again. I was like, okay, it's not, I don't have to wait for 6 months again. It's in December itself again, so we can do it again. So I took a break of about 10 days or something like that. And then again, I started up preparing again. But then I had no idea how to start because I did not want to study the same way I studied during the August because it was the
Very
completely new
good.
pattern this time. So I wanted to go for another strategy, like something. So I had no idea how to start, where to start. So during the same time, I was going through different YouTube videos, like how to study for this and that. I was searching there, and I came across an academy at that time itself. So I was like, okay, let
Very
me give
good.
it. And then I joined
So
an
you
academy.
joined the batch course on the Unacademy for FMG students?
Yes, yes.
Right.
uh, yeah, in October, that session time I start, like in the beginning of the October I joined that batch, and then
So
it continued.
what strategy you have changed in your preparation? So this time you concentrated more on the clinical based MCQs.
Yes, I would say that clinical based and image based, which I couldn't get on other platforms. That's the one thing I got most from an academy was more image based things and clinical. This thing, it was more like I feel I find recorded sessions very boring actually. So after some
That's
time
true.
it's
That's
like
true.
my mind wanders and notification on mobile comes, and then okay, pause it and then I continue. And
Yes, we get
it
saturated, but the advantage on Unacademy is like we are having a
Yeah,
live
like
sessions.
yes, that one
And
thing
we
that
can
my
always have their doubts being cleared, your doubts instantly being cleared. I always used to observe you are one of a consistent student attending to all the classes. I definitely remember you asking queries and all. So that the first important and a very positive thing which we can take from Shafi is, although the first attempt there was a dip, but he didn't give up. He just thought it's okay and he went forward. That attitude is very important for all the students. So once if we go back, it doesn't mean that we have to stop. We have to be like a ping pong ball. He raised back again and he started back again. That's a very positive. What would you say to your juniors, Shafi, regarding the preparation? So is it like all the 19 subjects important for us? Or can they,
now
some subjects should be strong and what were
now
your
the
strong
situation
subjects?
is such that before August thing, I was like, okay, we can ignore small subjects. I think only okay, the weightage is only 5 marks. I think I can guess and give one or two in that. Remaining three, let it go. I have just 150 to score. My mindset was like that. But then later, when I saw August 31st paper, it was like they integrate both. I mean, they give some radiology question and then they integrate some other, and I was like, okay, I can't ignore this. Like I have
True.
to have some idea of this thing. I can't. So one thorough revision of every subject is necessary. Like we have to have an idea about everything. It's not like you
That's
can ignore.
very correct. It's like being jack of all trades is important than being king of one,
Yes,
right?
yes. In
So one thorough revision is more than enough to get a score
yes, yes.
above 150 aram se.
So 300 questions. I think the examiner has given us 150 questions. Okay, they can do this 150 questions. They can pass. Remaining above that, it's like how much ever you put extra effort, you get more. It's kind of
That's
that.
true. That's true. But I think we should always target for 200,
Yes,
then
that is.
150, no?
Yeah, yeah. That is what we have to do.
Right?
Because the fluctuation in paper, like August 31st, we saw it like it was a high, these things. So we cannot gamble there. So we have to
That's
put
true.
little bit.
And what is a common mistake, the students do, especially many students will be stuck between this 130 to 150. So what is a common mistake most of the time you all people do, and like, how can they rectify that?
I think for this, like the with the new pattern, I think we could focus more on clinical and image based. Image based are important, especially the clinical subjects. Clinical subjects
Yes.
is OBG, surgery, medicine, and PSM. All these subjects are like we need to be really good both in clinically and image based thing. We can
So I
integrate them.
think after one study, one go through your notes,
Yeah,
doing practicing MCQs is very, very important and a
very very important.
crucial
Yeah.
thing, right? Is it enough to read through notes, or do you feel they should read multiple books or something like that?
No need to, I don't believe in going for multiple sources. I think uh, take a one source of notes,
Yes,
and then have a question bank, like some question bank, whatever you follow question bank, and do questions daily. The consistency of question bank should be there. Like you have to face different kind of questions and different images in order to get an idea to face the questions. So that
that's
is
true. That's true. And how many hours one of the common question which students always ask is how many hours we should study. Is it really something like that? Like you should sit for 18
actually
hours a day, 16
no,
hours. I told you are from Nellore, so you are aware of Sri Chaitanya. So
yeah.
like Sri Chaitanya, we should sit 16 hours.
No. It's not. I'm not a kind of a student of 16 hours or something like that. But I would say this December session time when I was preparing, I went with Unacademy's uh, schedule.
Okay.
So morning it starts with 7 a.m. The session classes starts, and then I continue with that. I have till 9 o'clock. There is till 9:30. There is one class, and then 30 minutes break for breakfast, and then again till 12 o'clock another class, and 30 minutes break for lunch, and then that way till 5 o'clock I continue, and then again 1 hour break or something I get, and then like that till 10 or 12 it continues and then I just give up. I'm not a night owl. I'm a morning person.
No, there
So
is no point in reading and doing night outs. That's absolutely not required. But so Shafi used to follow the Unacademy schedule, right?
yes,
So
yes.
live classes, and I think on Unacademy live classes start at 7 and end till 12 o'clock. So I
Yeah.
think that will be more than enough. No need of doing night outs. That's very important. Getting
And
up.
then yeah, and then you go with the flow. Like when there is a live class, you don't feel the time. The time will be passed. You'll be like, okay, I didn't even realize it's 12 o'clock. And like it's like that.
Oh,
Just
that's nice. And I would like to ask you one more question that,
yeah.
like, what I always feel there is a problem with silly mistakes.
Oh my God, that I tell you, that was I could have scored more. I lost a lot of marks because of my silly mistakes. Like there is a time constraint we have, and then we have to check the time, and then we tend to miss few points in the questions. Like this time there was a question about what are the this thing like macrovascular and microvascular thing I missed. Like there was a diabetic thing which in diabetic people, what is the macrovascular problems you see?
Small,
There was
small thing.
yeah I instead of the macrovascular I read it microvascular and answered it according to that. So I lost
Right.
one. This 1 mark, I think people who get 148, 149, this 1 marks
That's
is
that
very crucial.
really hurts them a lot, lot, lot.
I just gave this an example. There are many questions after that. When I watched the recall sessions on YouTube and all, I was like, I knew this. Why did I make a mistake? It was like that. So silly mistake syndrome, as you always tell in the class, that I am one of them.
So I think one of the best way to rectify it is like, join
Prac-
more and more MCQ practice
Yes,
sessions which go on,
yes,
right?
yes. And
Because was it
yeah,
helping you the poll format on the platform of
yes, that
Unacademy?
was one of the best, I guess, because you are interacting, like what you are answering and all, and then you can ask questions according to that. I mean, if you go wrong, you can have a doubt then and there cleared. That was one of the best things I feel. I would definitely
So
say, not for an academy, I wouldn't have cleared that 150. You can see my score is 158. It was just above this thing, and it was that extra thing that I got was because this an academy sessions and all. And sometimes there are times, there is a brain fog and your brain is like, okay, I can't do today, that's enough, I can't take it anymore. At that time, what I used to do was, like, there are 30-minute video sessions which clinical
Hmm.
discussion there on YouTube of Unacademy.
Hmm.
So I used to watch that. I randomly put that and I watch that. It's like, I just put that, I just have a look at it. Okay, I mean, that something you can get instead of wasting time.
Right. That's a very good point you have given. See, all days we cannot be functioning 100%. That's absolutely correct. So probably those days you can see any of these videos and just it will be definitely, who knows, whatever you have watched has come back again in the exam,
Yeah.
right? Now,
That's
many students portray the exam very difficult. FMG pass percentage is always very less. This time it was 20%, but last time it was 10%. Is it like very difficult, or like, what should the students do? Is it like only preparation only after internship, or can they start preparing from third year so that, they'll have that streamline?
they can start right from the third year, I guess. I think I gave it during my internship. Now I'm doing my internship and I gave it now. But I think they can start right from the third year, because why to wait? I mean, you have covered almost
That's
all the
true.
subjects by then. I think you can just give it a try, and then there is no, it's not very difficult, to be honest. It's not
And
very
I
difficult.
think it is a era of online. So
Yes.
whether you're in your own country or there
Yeah,
that country also, I think you can take up the classes and you start from third year. I think that will be the best, because they'll have, by the time they come to the internship, they would have had a one read of all subjects, so that
absolutely.
in internship they can just keep the practice of clinical based MCQs, right? So you
I
were
have
telling a very important point, I cut it. So it's not very difficult, or what were you saying?
It's absolutely, it's not, to be honest, it's not very difficult. It's just that you have to just have that little consistency of some time. Like, I would say 3 or 4 months, have that consistency, and then you can clear. It's not very tough. And I have my juniors who are in fourth year, fifth year, and they have cleared it with marks like 180, 200 plus.
Very good,
Like,
very good,
they
excellent.
have done. It's not really very tough. It's just like little 3 months of consistency, I would tell. Like, have that sharp consistency for 3 months, and then you can easily do it. It's not very difficult. And I feel that now they have changed the pattern to image based and clinical things.
Yes,
I find that actually easier than direct questions. Direct questions is like,
true.
if you know it or not. In clinical based, image based, you can diagnose it and you can have a guess at least, like, okay, this might, they're showing this, and this might be this, you can go closer to the answer.
Very absolutely correct, Shafi. I agree with you 100%. See, in a single liner, it is like yaad hai ya nahi yaad hai. That's all. But here you can go once you understand. So this is the time where your concepts should be very strong,
Yes, yes.
right? When you
Yeah.
understand the subject, I think it is very easy to come through the clinical based questions, and you answer the clinical based questions appropriately. That's 100% correct.
And I would say that, especially on an academy, I found OBG and medicine, PSM, surgery, and radiology. All these are like gold, I would say. Like,
Thank you,
on
thank you.
gold. Like, you can't find this content anywhere. You might find other things, but these content is like gold, especially 2 3 months before the exam. It's like you eat only what is required. It's unnecessary things are just kept aside during these months. And it's really, I found, like, whatever majority, 80%, whatever, 80 90% whatever I found on an academy, that's what I found on the paper.
That's a very good thing. So I think that will definitely help the further students also. So the basic funda is, once you give the read of your notes along with the notes. Earlier the notes used to be enough,
Yeah,
and but now the important point is that along with your notes you have to solve the clinical and image based questions. So
that's
if
the
they can do that practice sessions, I think it's very easy for them. Okay, the very important another question which we can speak here is, do you really think that there is a difference between the NEET PG preparation and
actually,
FMG
before
preparation?
I used to have this notion that, okay, NEET PG is okay. Whenever I need PG, I used to say, okay, NEET PG is not for me. But after August 31st, this thing, I was like, okay, NEET, no differentiation, NEET PG and
That's
everything.
absolutely correct. You no more have a differentiation between the NEET PG as well as FMG.
Yeah,
That's
that,
almost and one more one, like, all those who have cleared this, I would request you to continue your preparation, because
yeah,
80% you are prepared. It's
That's
just a touch on, some more touch ons you have to give. Then you will be ready for your NEET PG exam.
yeah, that's absolutely that one. Like you did this much of this thing, a little bit extra effort, and I think you can just qualify that.
100%. And I think the same strategy of another 3 4 months, a consistency, if you follow, nobody can stop you can getting into a clinical branch, whichever you want. Right. So, anything else you want to tell your friends or juniors?
Just that don't feel that it's okay, we can't do it, this is not very this very difficult and I can't, don't have this mindset. Just uh, just get into the water. I mean, don't be afraid, just get into the water and you'll be fine. And you can do it, it's not very difficult. It's, like the question paper is set, I think like 150 you can score. Just that we lose it in that moment, in the tension of the exam and that time thing. We just kind of do that silly mistake, we
That's
miss not accept this kind of question. We just have, for that, just practice more and more questions. Like reading the notes is okay, that's one time you read it, just have that knowledge. And then to implement that, just practice more questions from different sources, whatever you want. And then clinical and image based, the images are important, especially for clinical. This thing, images are really important. If you have that grip on images, you can easily clear it. It's not very
very
difficult.
good. There are plenty of so take home message. What Shafi is telling all of us is like, images. Now the number of images have very much increased. So do clinical based MCQs, and most important is portraying is that the exam is not very difficult. Once you prepare, it is very easy to crack. Right? That's the
Yes,
most important. Right. So I really thank you for sharing your story and how you picked up and you again came back and you're helping the other students also how they can prepare. And sometimes the students have this some people are very intelligent, some people are not intelligent. Does it really matter in the field of MBBS?
no, not at all. Actually, it doesn't. There's nothing called intelligent fellow or not. I'm an average student, to be honest. I'm really very average student. I'm not
So
a
I
topper.
really think you're absolutely correct. No, I think the most of the time you yourself, the students themselves put a borders around them.
Yeah, that's
In
true.
the
Actually,
in the field of medicine, I think not only for your during your preparation of NEET PG or FMGE, I think during your practice lifelong, the only thing which really matters is consistency and hard work.
yeah, hard work, consistent. I would absolutely say that's true. That one thing is, I mean, in medicine, I don't see that differentiation. Okay, he's a topper. That's what whoever puts a
100%.
get it.
That's absolutely correct. I think if they work, anybody can get it and nobody can stop them. The only thing is that, as you told, they have to get into the water. Instead of
Yes,
staying there and thinking, this is very difficult, this is too deep, they just have to get in. And I think that's absolutely, it will be easy, right?
yes, ma'am.
Very good, Shafi. I congratulate you once again
Thank you.
and enjoy your success
Yes, ma'am. And then
because all
again,
the hard work you have done, and I think appreciating yourself and enjoying yourself is also something very important, right? So post exam, all the hard work you have done, now it is time for you to relax for 10 to 15 days. I know it's because of the COVID situation, I can't tell you go here and there, but you definitely need a better relaxation. And I think after that, instead of stopping your preparation, I would request you to continue your preparation for the NEET PG
I'm
because you
sure.
are eligible for the next exam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So continue it, and all the best, Shafi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
It was absolutely fantastic speaking to
And
you, and you were
I
put
would,
forward.
yeah, and I would like to really thank Unacademy. I'm telling again and again, if not for Unacademy, I would have definitely not cleared this exam this time. That extra mile,
That's
whatever I got that extra boost, that's from Unacademy. It's not only about the studies or what, it's about also the kind of encouragement and everything I got from the teachers and everything during the sessions. It's not like a typical classroom kind of a scenario, teacher comes, teachers, and it's like an interaction. It's like I'm sitting and talking and then you're replying me, but it was like, it never felt like an online class and boring online class, to be honest. It was
Yeah,
really,
that learner's interaction interface is absolutely good. Even we don't get bored when we are taking a class because we see your comments coming in, and when we are interacting with each other, I think neither you nor we It is a fun. That's definitely true. That's definitely true.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Shafi. Thank you. Thanks a lot.